Hi. This faded old piece of red material may look like nothing more than a rag to you, but at one time it was worn like a scarf by a very important person, a Pony Express rider. Today, along with a boy named Dick, we're going to find out about the Pony Express. It was late October in 1860. A train moved slowly through the Missouri woods. Dick turned to the man sitting next to him.
Are we nearly to St. Joe?
The man looked at Dick.
Yes. Aren't you pretty young to be riding on the train by yourself?
I'll soon be 11.
What's that tag around your neck?
My Aunt Jane put it there. She was afraid I might get lost.
The man read the tag. It said, "My name is Dick Park. I am on my way from New York to meet my father in St. Joseph, Missouri. Please help me get on the right trains."
You didn't come all the way from New York by yourself.
Yes, I did.
Well, I never heard of such a thing. They tied a tag on you and sent you out here like a sack of corn.
Dick didn't answer. Instead, he looked out the train window. Now he could see a town. Yay, he had finally reached St. Joe. The people on the train began picking up their bags and their boxes. Dick picked up his carpet bag. It was nearly as big as he was. The train stopped. When Dick got off, he looked everywhere for his father. But his father was not there. After a pretty worrisome time, Dick did find a man who had known his father. The man's name was Sam. Sam asked,
"Did your father know you were coming?"
My Aunt Jane sent him a letter. She sent it 2 weeks ago.
If she sent it to St. Joe, he didn't get it. He left here a month ago. Your father is riding with the Pony Express.
The Pony Express?
Don't you know what the Pony Express is?
Is it a train that carries mail?
It carries the mail, but it isn't a train. Tell you what, I'll show you what the Pony Express is.
Sam led the way to a corner where a crowd was standing. Someone shouted, "Here comes the Pony Express!" A horse and rider came in sight. They came down the street as fast as the wind. The crowd gave a cheer. The man waved his hat as he went by. He rode on down the street to the river. There, he rode right onto a ferry boat. The boat took the horse and rider to the other side of the river. Sam turned to Dick.
That was a Pony Express rider. He just crossed the Missouri River, and now he's in Kansas. Did you see how he carries the mail?
No.
There's a piece of leather with a pocket in each corner. It fits over the saddle, and the mail goes in the pockets. Most of the letters and papers go all the way to California.
Why don't they go on the train?
The trains don't run any farther west than St. Joe. The Pony Express takes the mail from here. Those horses and riders keep on and on, day and night.
Doesn't it take a long time to get the mail to California?
Most of the time it gets there in 10 days. Sometimes it takes only 8 or 9 days.
Are you a Pony Express rider?
No, the Pony Express doesn't want big men. That makes too much for the horses to carry. Your father isn't a very big man, and he's one of the best riders in the country. That's why the Pony Express is glad to have him.
But where is he? When is he coming back to St. Joe?
Maybe not for a long time. He went to ride in Nebraska.
That's a long way off, isn't it?
Yes, a pretty long way.
Sam decided that Dick could get to Nebraska by stagecoach. So early the next morning, Sam put Dick on a stagecoach going west. 4 horses were hitched to the coach. The driver sat on a high seat outside. When he cracked his whip, they started off down the street. During part of the trip, Dick rode outside with the driver, and while the coach rolled along, the driver told him stories, and he told him about the Pony Express.
The coach carries the mail, too. It carries the slow mail. Pony Express takes the fast mail.
Are we in the Pony Express trail now?
Yep. There are way stations all along this road. See that house with the log barn? Well, that's a way station. Riders stop there to change horses.
Just then, Dick heard the sound of a horse's hoofs. A horse and rider came toward them. The rider had a red handkerchief around his neck.
It's a Pony Express rider. I can see the mail pockets on his saddle.
He's taking the California mail back to St. Joe.
After many days, the stagecoach finally reached the prairies of Nebraska. The land was flat and bare. Oh, and the day was rainy. The stagecoach driver told Dick,
We'll get to your father's station today.
At last, Dick saw a sign that read Owl Creek Station. He saw a log cabin with smoke coming out of the chimney. The coach stopped. The driver handed down Dick's carpet bag from the top of the coach. Then he cracked the whip and waved goodbye. Dick ran through the rain to the log cabin. He knocked on the door. A woman opened the door.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
A man came out of the next room.
Father!
Dick? I can't believe it. Dick, how did you get here?
I came by the stagecoach.
But son, why didn't you let me know?
Aunt Jane sent you a letter. She sent it to St. Joe, and you weren't there.
You didn't come from New York by yourself.
Yes, I did.
What did Aunt Jane mean by sending you out here all alone?
She said it was time I came out west to live with you.
Mr. Park looked at Dick.
I ride for the Pony Express. You know that, don't you, son? I don't have a real home. I don't know whether I can keep you here at the way station or not.
Just then a shout went up outside.
I've got to go. The mail has to be on time. Mrs. Kelly, please take care of my son for me. Dick, we'll have a long talk when I get back.
Mr. Park threw on his raincoat and ran out the door. Dick went to the window. Out in the road were 2 horses. One looked tired and its legs were muddy. The other was shaking its head and kicking up its heels. Mrs. Kelly said,
Look, Dick, see them putting the mail on the fresh horse? It never takes them over 2 minutes to change. There goes your father up into the saddle. Look at him ride.
When will my father come back?
Not for 3 days.
Dick looked out into the rain. Aunt Jane had sent him all the way from New York because she didn't want him. Now it looked as if his father didn't want him either. When Dick's father returned in 3 days, he had a long talk with the Kellys, who ran the way station. And the Kellys said that Dick could stay with them if he would help care for the ponies. Oh, but Dick told his father,
I don't want to stay here.
Why not?
I don't like the prairie. It's flat and ugly and cold, and the wolves and coyotes howl at night.
It isn't bad when you get used to it.
I don't want to get used to it. I don't want to stay.
Now that you're here, there's nothing else for you to do.
Do you remember what you told me before you came out west?
Yes, I remember. I said I was going to make a home for us where we could be together all the time. And we are going to have a home someday. But now I have my work here. That comes first.
Why does it come first?
Our country is in trouble. Soon the North and South may be at war. I think of our Pony Express as a chain to hold the east and west of our country together. Every way station, every rider, everyone who helps is a part of the chain. Don't you want to be a part of it too?
Not if I have to stay here.
Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do. You're old enough to know that, Dick.
And of course Dick did have to stay. One evening, several months later, Dick was all alone at Owl Creek Station. The Kellys had gone into town. When Dick's father came galloping up with the mail, Dick could see that something was wrong. His father told him that he had been shot in the arm by horse thieves. Dick said,
I'll help you to a bed.
But the mail.
I'll carry the mail.
No, it's a long way. You've never been over the trail. Something might happen to you.
but when Mr. Park tried to get on a fresh horse, he found he was too weak.
Dick, I'm going to have to let you go. It's the only way.
Dick helped his father inside, and then off he rode. The moon was bright. He could see the trail a long way ahead. While he rode, he thought of many things. He thought of what his father had said about the Pony Express being a chain reaching across the country and holding it together. For the first time, Dick felt that he was a part of that chain. He was carrying the mail. Dick looked back toward Owl Creek Station. He saw a shadow moving along the trail. The next time Dick looked, there were more shadows. They looked like big dogs moving together. Oh, all at once Dick knew. The shadows were wolves. He felt cold and his mouth was dry. He'd never liked to hear the wolves howl at night. Now he was riding with a pack of them at his heels. He held tight to the saddle. His hand touched a leather pocket. But he felt something hard inside. His father's pistol. He pulled it out. He turned in the saddle and pointed the pistol at the nearest wolf. He fired. The wolf jumped high into the air and fell. The other wolves sprang upon it. Dick heard them howling and fighting. Dick rode on as quickly as he could. A cloud came over the moon. The night grew dark. It was hard for Dick to see the trail. Then something moved ahead of him. It was a horse and rider. The man called out,
"Hello, is that you, Tom Park?"
Who are you?
"I'm Frank Martin from Sand Hill Station. The Pony Express is late. I'm looking for the rider."
I'm the rider.
"You?"
Yes, I'm Dick Park. Some men shot my father and I had to bring the mail.
"Come with me, quick."
Side by side, the two rode up the trail. They came to the log house that was Sand Hill Station. There, another rider was waiting to take the mail on. When Dick finally got back to Owl Creek Station, his father was a very happy man, happy that his son had returned safely. He was happy, too, to learn that Dick no longer wanted to leave Nebraska. He wanted to stay and be a part of the Pony Express. What you heard today was just a small portion of the book Riding the Pony Express by Clyde Robert Bulla. In a few years, the Pony Express was no longer needed. As soon as tracks could be laid, trains took the mail from one part of our country to another. And of course today, we depend on airplanes to take the fast mail. But back in the days when there were no airplanes and few trains, believe me, our country truly needed the Pony Express. I hope you've enjoyed our story about it today. Goodbye.
The preceding program was made possible by a grant from the Ohio Department of Education.